Hi, this is Dominic from Paphos Life, and in the next part of our little stroll around Kato Paphos, we're starting at the outdoor theatre on Fabrica Hill, and I'm going to be heading towards the top end of the seafront by Pinguinos. Not exactly sure what route I'm going to be going. That's the kind of anarchy and danger I like to live with. Being bothered by a fly. There's a pretty decorations up there. Let's pan the camera up so you can see what I mean. I like little things like that. Nice beautifications just for the sake of it. So yes, in the first part we did Paphos Walkway and Fabrica Hill itself, and now we're going to be heading towards, no doubt we'll walk past Sofianna Resort and do a little bit of Bar Street, but I won't be going up all of that, I don't think, today. Now, I'm not sure what that area through there is. I thought at one point it was going to be a bus station because they've cleared away a lot. I do seem to remember there being some weird playground there, but I'm not going to go that way this time. Instead I'm going to walk. Shall I walk up to St. Paul's Pillar? No, I'll turn left before St. Paul's Pillar, I think. There's a nice little statue there. As I said, there's no particular reason for this walk other than that I want to get to the seafront. I'm just showing you what some of the back streets of Kato Paphos are like. Some nice gardens here. City gardens that are well maintained. A definite boon to an area. Oh, this building could do with a bit of TLC though. I'd imagine that's just used for storage. I can't talk myself because we got 3 sheds. And you might think, 3 sheds, wow. But we inherited them for a start, and the main biggest shed is gradually, it's not quite collapsing. I think all the repair work is holding it up, but one of the sides is pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? It's got lots of holes in it anyway. But because the winds weren't so bad this year, it's still standing. Currently all it holds is just firewood. When it does eventually collapse and I have to replace it, I won't be fussed. Now up here are some Ottoman baths before you get to St. Paul's Pillar, and I always remember the area more so because we once filmed a little hedgehog here. Now if you've only seen English or British hedgehogs, or other European hedgehogs I guess, they probably have had small ears, but Cypriot hedgehogs have big ears. It's quite unusual. Certainly an unusual sight. And when we saw it, the St. Paul's Pillar was over that way. It was just in there, on the other side of that fence. Oh God. What is it with blokes of a certain age? They feel the need to rev their bikes like that and drive up and down roads. It won't make it grow any bigger. That's all I can say. Anyway. Talking of hedgehogs and pricks, funnily enough, I saw 2 in our front garden last night at about midnight. And you have to wonder whether 2 hedgehogs together on a mediumly hot spring night, perhaps Amour was in the air and they were going to be mating. And I thought, how do hedgehogs mate? I mean, I know how anybody mates, but like, hedgehogs have obvious disadvantages, but I didn't decide to try and film them, so you'll be very pleased about that. Coming up to the windmill. There's a charity shop here as well. I think it's St. Michael's Hospice charity shop. I could be wrong. There are several of them around the areas. And tattoo parlour. Oh, we've got some building work going on there. The Church by St Paul's Pillar. I can cope with that name. I'm reading a sign, I should add. By kind permission of the Holy Orthodox Church and His Grace, the Bishop of Paphos, the Latin and Anglican communities of Paphos hold their services in this historic church. Service times for each are displayed on notice board inside the church entrance. I should stress that that building is not the church. The church is behind it and it's very nice. Right next to St Paul's Pillar. But that's the offices for it. So now we're coming to a roundabout you should be familiar with. And there's Sofianna Resort just up there. There's a funny little shop just up here that sells all sorts of tourists and possibly antique stuff. I haven't really established that. There's Dodge people here. One day I'll go in there. But yes, that's the Sofianna. There's the fountain. Oh, look at the lovely flowers on these trees. And if you're wondering where you can see Paris versus Arsenal on Wednesday, Aces Bar, and Man United versus and Spurs on Thursday. You won't see Lincoln there. Quite honest, you wouldn't want to. Oh, I love these trees though. Let's have to get underneath them and do a pan up so I can remember which way to push the button. Yes. There you go. Very nice. Sometimes nature in Cyprus really does give it to you both barrels. And they're renovating that bit over there. Not sure what it will become. Oh, something smells good. And these places here, which had been shuttered up over the winter, obviously are opening up again now that the tourist season is upon us. They've licks of paint and what have you. I think this one's having some new panelling put up. Oh, you can see some of the old signage up there. There you go. If you like our films, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel and share them far and wide. There's Baywatch over there. All shares, comments, etc. are gratefully appreciated. And if you want to help us out financially, go to our Buy Me a Coffee page at buymeacoffee.com/Paphos Life and chuck us a few coffees. They are gratefully received, I can assure you. And we've got a new merchandise shop, which I'll put a link up, because I can't remember the link itself, on the Zazzle site. So have a look there. That's run by my wife Alex. And if you've got ideas for anything else, because someone suggested table mats that you'd like to see on there, do let her know. Leave a comment, etc. You can also follow us on our Facebook group, Paphos, sorry, follow us on our Facebook page, Paphos Life, or join the Facebook group Paphos Chat and Cyprus Chat. There's Robin Hood pub, and there's Demokritos. Now they do traditional Greek dancing in the tourist season, and they might be on at the moment. You'd have to check first though, because I'm not sure. I'll see if I can see anyone inside who might know. But it's very popular when it is on. I do know that much. They're definitely fully open again now. And there's Delhi Gate on the left, if you fancy a curry. There are numerous places to get curries. And they're all pretty good, to be honest, in Paphos. So if you fancy a curry, go for it. So I'm trying to brush a fly off. Being irritating. There's Flintstones Bar, Yabba Dabba Doo, etc. There's no Yayanta Indian restaurant down there. Mandra Tavern. Greg's Burgers. I've never actually seen if that's actually still a place or not. I'm not sure. It could just be a little kiosk-y thing that appears at busy times. Smash burgers, ribs and wings. Punk IPA. Oh, there's a for sale sign next to it, so perhaps that explains it. Because it doesn't look like there's anything down there, does it? So here you have Dionysus Central Hotel. There's often a few cats here because my daughter had befriended them a few years back when they were living in a little cubby hole in one of the walls. And even to this day, if you come to hear and calls them, they'll come running to her. It's really rather sweet. See if I can see any. Don't see any today. Right. And here's Pinguino. Always happy to recommend them. Ready to go, good food and drink, and especially if you're a celiac and you need a decent gluten-free menu, that's a good place to go because they have a family member who's a celiac themselves, so they know exactly about the importance of preparing the food properly and what have you. Now, if you look carefully, you can just see, I think it's the Jolly Roger going out on one of his tours. And if you fancy getting a boat tour, I'll stick a link. It'll probably go in the description because there's a code you can use before the 16th of May, which will give you 10% off booking any tours, which will include that on the Viator site. I'll stick a link up for that. So if you're thinking of going somewhere and you want to book it before May the 16th, use that link. There's Pinguino. Very nice place. And up there is Poseidon Avenue, heading towards the hotel strip. But I think I'm going to finish at the I Love Paphos sign. So I'll come round, have a little look at Tifa too as well. And there's Gourmet Taverna. I haven't forgotten it. And kosher, I'm trying to work out what that one is. Sabando or something? Don't know. I'm going to stay on this side of the road to finish the film so I can get the I Love Paphos in properly. Oh, I'm trying to avoid a bee. Nice, you get I Love Paphos and the Jolly Roger. How's that? That's perfect value for money. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next film. Cheers.